So a nice little update to yesterday's news about Hasbro and their Festival of Licensing panel, where they touched up on all the stuff they're going to be doing in 2021 and 2022 in relation to all their brands, specifically that Transformers. But we got a nice little, I guess we could call it a little bit of a leak of news of what's going to be happening with the Transformers Cyberverse line. Now, last we talked about it, there was a mention of two movies, 44 minutes each, and we didn't know if these were going to be taking previous episodes, condensing them together and making them two little recap movies, or this is brand new content and maybe some kind of a sequel to that of the TV series that ended quite abruptly, in all honesty. And good news is, according to Issue website, Issue is a digital platform where a lot of digital magazines are printed and or sold. One of the magazines on issue.com called World Screen, in their October 2020 issue, talked about E1 Entertainment and all their family brands and stuff that's going to be happening in the future. For people who don't know, E1 Entertainment is the company that Hasbro recently merged with to get all of their extra brands and stuff like PJ Masks, Peppa Pig, Pony Life, all kinds of crazy stuff on their end. So in that listing, they mentioned Transformers Cyberverse and the two TV movies that are to come. They gave a synopsis here, which clearly shows that this is new content because this is nothing that has been done before in Cyberverse. And it says here in the synopsis, Bumblebee, with the help of stowaway Dinobots Sludge, Snarl, Swoop, and Slug, and the Autobots, set up a plan to take down Megatron-X. Now that's interesting. Last time we saw Megatron-X, Astro Train had betrayed him from his continuity or his multiverse and trapped him within himself, and then went through the multiverse, I guess we could call it purgatory, to trap him there forever. And the Autobots were all happy. Windblade was brought back together, and everyone was hunky-dory and celebrating. And that was the last we saw of Megatron-X. So now, again, we've never had Dinobots in the show outside of Grimlock. Closest we've actually had to that is in the Season 1, Episode 15 episode, King of the Dinosaurs. We kind of learned like Grimlock's origin story in a sense of how he got his alt mode, which was similar, a little bit similar to the G1 continuity, where he was on Earth way before everyone else, adopted the Tyrannosaurus Rex alt mode, and he made a whole bunch of friends over there. He actually befriended a whole bunch of dinosaurs. And that was kind of made to be a nod to the Dinobots, because while these weren't Cybertronians, his dinosaur friends, they did possess the alt modes of previous existing Transformers, if you will, from the Dinobots. We had a Triceratops, we had a Pterodactyl, we had some kind of sauropoid, which is, any of the long neck beasts, pretty much. We had a Spinosaurus Rex, and we had I think there was one, a Velociraptor was there too. And obviously those connect to Slag, aka Slug, depending on how you want to call him, Swoop, Sludge, and Slash and Scorn, two of the outsider Dinobots. Slash, obviously, from the Power of the Primes toy line and supplemental Sakamoto material, and Scorn from the Movieverse, who was the Spinosaurus Rex. The only one absent from that shot was a Stegosaurus, but I think that had to do with the fact that Stegosauruses actually came in the Jurassic period much later and didn't exist alongside some of these other guys. That's one assumption, anyhow. I don't want to get into paleontology and all of that kind of stuff, but the point is that judging by what they say here, Sludge, Snarl, Swoop, and Slug, it looks like the original Dinobots will be returning, and it confirms that they're going with Slag instead of Slug. They're going with Slug instead of Slag for the Triceratops Dinobot, and might be tied to some of Grimlock's past. Who knows? And the plan to take down Megatron-X, well, are they going into the multiverse to do that? Are these Dinobots also from another multiverse, or are they part of the current Cyberverse continuity? We don't know. So a lot of little things to pick apart there. Very interesting, to say the least. So it does confirm that we will be getting new content, new episodes for Transformers Cyberverse, which is very good news. And that pretty much confirms at this point, like I said before, going into 2021 and 2022, from what we know we're going to now have 2 new TV movies for Cyberverse, 6 episodes of Earthrise, and comic books. That's pretty much it. And of course, some kind of unnamed Transformer movie in 2022. So it's going to be pretty thin on fictional content officially for Transformers for the next 2 years, which, I mean, maybe there's more to be announced and we're not seeing it yet, but that's really what we have. Just the comics from IDW, these 2 TV movies, a live action movie at some point in theaters, and the 6 episodes of Earthrise. Kind of thin, but hopefully there's going to be more. Let me know what you think about this. This is exciting because I feel that Cyberverse was way too short. I said it before, you might say it's 3 seasons, you might say it's 52 episodes, but when you really look at the runtime and grand total, it's like a very short, small season 1, if anything. Considering they were 11-minute episodes, and 2 of those 11 minutes were dedicated to intros, outros, and it was fairly thin, to say the least. So let me know what you think about this. Are you excited? Maybe this will lead to more Cyberverse product. I was kind of assuming that Cyberverse was on its way out, but if there's 2 TV movies, maybe we'll get something like Transformers Prime with Beast Hunters, where we'll get a subline based on this, these 2 TV movies, and maybe it'll going to be an excuse to get some more deluxes. I know we had leaks of deluxes saying like, oh, we're going to get Prowl and all of this, but there was no confirmation of anything, and Hasbro, unfortunately, because of a lack of conventions, has been pretty thin on revealing toys at their own disclosure and at their own pace that they want to. So this is interesting stuff. At least we know that we're getting some more Cyberverse, and we have some indication of more TV content for our Transformers.